Ms. Dempsey, in cause number 25, DCCR 0315, you're charged with a state jail felony offense of theft of service, and that's from December 11th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would not be a fine, but there would be restitution ordered in the amount of $967. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? I have to ask everyone. State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Dempsey is not competent? And since we have the restitution, is there any issues?
Yeah, we waive.
All right, so what I'm going to do, Ms. Dempsey, is waive the pre-sentence report. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to defer all proceedings in accordance with your agreement, place you on probation for 2 years. You are ordered to pay is it $960?
This is what Judge West does best. She transforms what could have been a harsh sentence into a structured opportunity. Dempsey just avoided a felony conviction through a 2-year deferred adjudication, meaning that if she completes probation, her record stays clean. But that 960th of hours in restitution? That's no small side note. It's the judge's way of tying responsibility to redemption. Notice how Judge West warns her about the other side of probation, that if she slips up, she'll become a convicted felon with up to 2 years in jail. It's classic tough love justice. You earn your freedom by proving you can follow through. Question for you watching. Do you think deferred adjudication is fair? Or do some defendants take it for granted knowing the conviction is deferred? Drop your take in the comments.
The $967 in restitution and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation period, the case will actually be dismissed if you successfully complete that probation. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and you would go to the state jail prison for anywhere between 6 months and up to 2 years. Do you understand? It's very important that you make monthly payments on that restitution amount. Some people think they're going to wait for some money to come in, or they're going to wait till the end of your probation. The quicker you get everything taken care of on your probation, you can even potentially get off early, okay? All right, have a seat in the courtroom. The lady that's at that desk right there, she's with probation. She's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Good luck to you, ma'am. See, Mr. Pageant. Mr. Parker on Jamarian Martin. Come back up, Mr. Martin.
There, I did it.
Mm-hmm. When's the last time you smoked marijuana? Tell the truth. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to get amounts, the levels, right? So tell me the truth. When's the last time you smoked? That's the truth. Have you done anything else? Speak up. Promethazine? When's the last time you did that?
What is that?
Cough syrup. Anything else with that?
Judges, obviously, up to the court's discretion, but we're definitely going to reserve the right to dismiss the ISF properly substance abuse track.
How old are you? 19? All right, so I guess what I would rather do, I want to go ahead and get the process going if he's got a plea agreement.
That's the pivotal moment. Judge West raises Martin's bond to $100,000. Why such a huge jump? Because his drug admission signals immediate risk, not to the public, but to himself and the integrity of the probation system. She orders a drug patch, a 24/7 monitoring tool that detects continuous substance use. It's a strategic move, treatment and accountability wrapped into one condition. And think about it, at 19, Martin now faces a $100K bond and a court-ordered substance evaluation before even reaching sentencing. This isn't overreaction, it's intervention. Judge West's message is clear. You're young, but not untouchable. Would you say that's the right approach, or too harsh for a first-time offender?
But I think based on his age and the nature of the type of drugs he's using, I am going to raise that bond. We'll get the pre-sentence report done, see if there's any issues with regard to substance abuse, and if there's any upfront that treatment that I find necessary at that point. So let's go ahead and go through the plea. And will he waive the formal reading?
He
I
will,
know we
Judge.
started it, but
He's already
we're gonna go
pled
back.
guilty. He said freely and voluntarily, and that's about where you left off.
All right, and so did you plead guilty to this offense because you actually did what they charged you with? You didn't? You didn't do what they charged you with? Look at me and pay attention, all right? Okay? Everything's gonna be okay, but you're young, and if you're gonna be successful on any kind of probation in life, you're gonna get some help early on right now so that you don't end up with a felony conviction, okay? But I need you to pay attention to my questions and listen very carefully and answer them. So, you're charged with burglary of a building. The question I asked is, did you plead guilty because you actually did that? Okay. I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker? Do you fully understand them? Just pay attention to me right now. Do you understand the papers that you signed on the computer? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? So if I go along with this agreement, you can't change your mind later. Do you understand? And it looks like the agreement's for a 4-year deferred probation, that there would be restitution ordered, which means you would have to pay back some money for any damage or whatever you stole, and they'll figure that out before sentencing. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number
No
one.
objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Martin is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so we can get a pre-sentence report done. If possible, I'd like to get some type of substance abuse evaluation done and any recommendations, as well as we'll get that restitution figured out, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. Based on the nature of the plea, based on your age, and the fact that you tested positive for THC and admitted to using promethazine, I am going to raise your bond in your case to $100,000.
Here's where the full weight of the moment lands. After raising Martin's bond, Judge West still leaves the door open for redemption. She mentions hopefully starting probation where you can be successful. It's that balance of realism and hope. Discipline paired with a path forward. Notice how quiet the courtroom gets. No one argues. No objections, no pushback. The attorneys understand the judge's logic. And even Martin seems to grasp that this is his wake-up call. It's moments like this that define Judge West's courtroom. Calm authority that commands respect without theatrics.
If you make that bond, a condition of it is that you have a drug patch on at all times. So probation's going to come out to the jail, talk to you. We're going to figure out what all you need, and then we'll get you hopefully started in on this probation where you can be successful. All right? Go back with the bailiff. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, that was,
No, I'm talking her,
oh,
I'm sorry.
hold on just a second. Yes, sir, Mr. Boudreaux? Mr. Coleman?
He gave me his cell phone and a person to contact. Could I have about a week to see if he would come up with the money? Because I don't know how to use this. And I'm.
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Boudreaux, all of that you guys should have been talking about between all of the court dates, which have been,
Judge, I understand that, but I've had difficulty getting in contact with him and all of that. What I'm asking is, or if,
well, and that's, I mean, and if you're having trouble contacting him, then that's
but
on Mr. Holland, not you.
but he gave me the cell phone and told me to get in touch with this man, and he said he would send him the money, maybe. I don't know that, but I don't know how to do it. So I'm gonna go back to the office and get one of the secretaries to help me try to do that. Let him stay in jail.
Well, he's,
If you give us a minute, I can call, I can try to call.
thank you, Ms. Holmes. If you'll just let me know what you find out.
You got the number? I can call him. Well, what's the number? He give you the phone number? Okay, we're gonna go in the back, okay.
Let's see, on, Mr. Tipton, Mr. Comerford? And it's not Comerford, is it? Good morning. Good morning, you are Brian Tipton, and will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He does.
And now we move to the final case of the day, Brian Tipton, charged with solicitation of prostitution. Unlike the previous defendants, Tipton enters composed, cooperative, and polite. But what looks routine quickly gets interesting. His plea deal includes a 3-year deferred probation and a $1,000 fine, but the judge doesn't just rubber stamp it. She spots his older criminal history and immediately calls for a pre-sentence report before finalizing anything. That one decision speaks volumes. Every case gets scrutiny, no matter how minor it seems. Judge West's consistency is what keeps her courtroom so respected. Same standard, every time. Have you noticed how she adapts her tone perfectly to each defendant's energy? That's not just experience, it's emotional intelligence in real time.
Mr. Tipton, in cause number 25, DCCR 0149, you're charged with a state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from December 19th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with your attorney? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 3-year deferred probation. There would be a $1,000 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Tipton is not competent?
There is.
And is there any criminal history, any reason not to waive?
Judge, he has criminal history. It's older, but there is criminal history, so I think we need to do a PSI.
Okay. So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's at that desk right there. All right, we'll see y'all back at sentencing. Thank you. Oh, I need the discovery certification. Thank you. And if you'll make sure and get that attachment emailed to
All
the
right,
clerk.
let's talk
Thank
about
What a fascinating courtroom session. 3 different defendants, 3 completely different outcomes. Miss Dempsey walked out with a clean slate if she honors her $967 restitution and 2-year probation. Jamrian Martin left in custody with a $100,000 bond and a drug monitoring order, but also a shot at rehabilitation. And Brian Tipton? Calm, compliant, but still under scrutiny with his record prompting a deeper review. Through it all, Judge Raquel West balanced fairness with firmness, reminding everyone that probation isn't a gift, it's a responsibility. She encouraged when she could, enforced when she must, and never lost control of the courtroom. If you found this case as insightful as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns every week. You won't want to miss what's coming next.